Hey everybody, and welcome back to Darren's Adventure Chronicles. It's just a new name that I'm testing out for my channel. If you have any ideas, please let me know, and let me know what you think of the name. Anyways, you might think I'm a bit crazy for heading out bikepacking and camping in winter. But when the temperature plummets, it can offer some amazing opportunities for adventure and scenery. But of course, the right gear in winter conditions is really important to be comfortable and warm during the day and also overnight. So in this video, I'm going to give you a sneak peek inside my bags and go through all of my bikepacking gear that I've been using this winter. I've actually recently just got back from a big trip in Loch Ness in Scotland where temperatures dropped to -8 on one night, and I managed to be warm through the night. This is just the stuff that I've learned along the way, and I've upgraded bits of equipment here and there. But I'd love to know what you think about the gear that I use, and if you've got any recommendations for anything that could be better, or if you own any of the stuff that I have, let me know what you think about it. First things first, you need a place to call home when you're out in the wilds, and in winter that means a tent that can handle the elements. Well, what do I use? I've got the Nemo Dragonfly Bikepack Osmo 2-person tent. It's not the most lightweight tent in the world, but it packs down small enough to fit on my bike. It's a 3-season tent, so it's technically not for winter, but I found it okay so far. I've been in some pretty crazy weather with this thing, including temperatures down to -8, and it has kept me safe and dry. I always pack a ground sheet too. It helps protect the tent floor and adds a bit of extra insulation, which can make a big difference on those frosty nights. So let's talk about sleeping, because let's face it, a good night's sleep is crucial for any adventure, especially when you're battling the cold. My secret weapon for staying warm in my sleep is the Rab Neutrino 800 sleeping bag. This bad boy is a down sleeping bag rated for super low temperatures. I'm talking sub-zero. It's like sleeping in a cloud, but a warm cloud. It's slightly big and slightly heavy, but you know, I'm not out to have the most ultralight camping gear ever. I just want to stay warm. Underneath the sleeping bag, I use the Nemo Quasar 3D insulated sleeping mat. It adds an extra layer of insulation between me and the cold ground and makes things a lot more comfortable. I wouldn't say that it's actually ideal for like really freezing cold temperatures below zero, and I am thinking about upgrading this one to something a bit better. If you've got any ideas, please let me know. But the thing that I like about this one is that it's good for side sleepers, and I'm definitely a side sleeper, and I just find it really comfortable. Plus, I always bring a pillow, because hey, even when you're roughing it, a bit of comfort goes a long way. For those nights when the mercury really plummets, I've got another secret weapon, the Sea to Summit Reactor Extreme Sleeping Bag Liner. It's very lightweight, but it does add a bit of extra warmth. Now let's get to the good stuff, food and cooking. Bikepacking in winter burns a lot of calories, so I always pack plenty of snacks and meals to keep me fueled on those long rides. I like to treat myself to a few goodies for those cozy evenings at camp. I try to cook meals from scratch where I can, but simple ones like pasta and things like that. But I do carry some of these dehydrated bikepacking meals and camping meals just for backups, because it's always good if you get to camp and you can't be bothered to cook, or the temperatures have dropped so much that you can't bear being out of your sleeping bag. These can just come in handy in those moments. My trusty cooking companion that I use is the Fire Maple FMS stove. It's small, lightweight, and when it comes to boiling water, it just does it really fast. It's perfect for whipping up a hot meal or a much needed cup of coffee. I also pack a lightweight frying pan that I got from Decathlon, a fork and a mug, some of the essentials for my camp kitchen. And of course, don't forget water. I carry an Nalgene water bottle, and I always bring a water filter just in case I need to refill from a stream or a river. And this water bottle also acts as a hot water bottle. It can withstand boiling water, and I sometimes put the water bottle into my sleeping bag before I get in, and it acts as a radiator, heating it up so that it's lovely and warm. I've long struggled with finding the best packing solution for bike packing, but as I have a Brompton, there are many different bags and accessories that you can buy that fits neatly onto the bike. So how do I fit all this gear on my Brompton? It's a bit of a Tetris situation, I'll admit, but with the right bags, it's doable. I've got the Brompton Borough front rack bag, which is perfect for carrying. It's just quite cavernous, and you can get a lot of stuff in it. The Vincita BDR bag is the latest one that I use on the back rack. It's great for clothes and bulkier stuff. Both bags are waterproof and very durable, which is essential for winter riding. And one of my secrets for keeping everything organized is dry bags. They're lifesavers for keeping gear separated and protected from moisture. I also use it to put in things like electronics and food. So I know that many of us can't live without a bit of tech, even when we're out in the wilderness. So for winter trips, I always pack a head torch. It's essential for navigating around camp in the dark and finding stuff in my tent. My phone is also essential for navigation, taking photos and videos, and a little bit of entertainment when I'm cozied up in my tent. I try not to use it too much, because I want to save the battery in case of emergencies. I also take a portable battery pack to charge my phone and other devices. So clothing. I'm a big believer in layering up for winter bike packing. It's best to stay warm and comfortable on the bike and when you're relaxing at camp. My go-to layers include a warm down jacket for when I'm not riding, a waterproof and windproof cycling jacket, and thermal base layers to keep my core warm. Merino wool base layers are fantastic because they're naturally warm and breathable. For my legs, I keep warm cycling trousers and I always pack thick socks. Trust me, cold feet can ruin a trip. And of course, a beanie hat and gloves are essential for keeping your heads and hands warm. One tip I've learned is to invest in a good pair of waterproof gloves. They're a game changer for keeping my hands dry and comfortable even in the wettest conditions. So when it comes to maintaining and giving some love to the bike, I pack spare inner tubes, usually 2, a puncture repair kit, and an electric bicycle pump. This is really handy as my bike needs a certain tire pressure to avoid punctures, and this pump can tell you what the current pressure is and automatically pump it up to the pressure that you need. And last but not least, there are a few other things I pack just in case. Things like a first aid kit, toiletries, and sometimes I pack a camping chair for those fireside moments at camp. I love having a chair, but I don't always pack it because this one that I have is quite heavy and quite bulky. I am looking at upgrading this in the next few months, so please let me know if you've got any tips for your sitting arrangements. So there you have it, my winter bikepacking gear setup. It's just about working for me at the moment. I don't think it's very often that I'm going to go out into -8-degree conditions, so hopefully this will work for me around the UK, especially down in the south where I live, where it's a bit warmer than the north. But what you need might be completely different to what I have, based on your preferences, your location, the weather where you are, and things like that. But the most important thing is to get out there and experience the magic of bikepacking for yourself. If it's something that you've been doing a lot, let me know. And if it's something that you would like to try, let me know how your first trip goes in the comments. It's truly an adventure that you won't forget. Thank you for joining me on this tour of all my gear. If you've enjoyed this video, please like it and also subscribe to my channel. It really helps. And don't forget to check out the link in the description to the list of all my bikepacking kit. It will have far more details, including the weight of every item and some other specs. Happy adventuring!